Hey, you guys. Good morning. This is Shannon, and it's great to see you guys. It's been a minute, but again, I said I would be kind of coming back on a little bit and being able to kind of be here with you guys. So today is Saturday. It's usually shout out Saturday, but what we're going to be doing is talking to you guys about getting featured in the Thrive for Life magazine that we're going to be doing live for Survive and Thrive. That's going to be in Sacramento, California, live. So if you are going to be there, get your tickets. Now, our goal is, hey, Hot Cat, our goal is to do a virtual, like what we did before, where we still had people on Zoom, but we're going to be in the building. So if you're in California and you're in the area, come on over to Survive and Thrive. It is only $10. The tickets are $10 for go back. The tickets are $10 and you can be there. It is definitely a great $10 donation that you can give to support those. Yeah, the window is like right here. So that's the blinds. So it's kind of coming through the window, but that's okay. See, so yeah, those are the blinds coming through. So yes. So if you are in the area, and if you're not in the area, but you still want to make a donation or sponsor a ticket for a survivor, then you could do that as well. So you can go to our website at www.surviveandthrivecr.org and get your tickets. Yeah, I did. Those are cool. I mean, it's kind of like a relaxed shoe. Hi, Velsa. How you doing? Me and Velsa have been talking and spending time. If you guys don't know Velsa, Velsa is a nurse. She is a registered nurse. And no. Go over there. She is a registered nurse, and we've been working on her books. Velsa has some books that she talks about just being healthy, how to care for yourself, knowing your numbers for those who have different types of medical needs, and knowing what those are. Um, the little one, he's trying to come over here and bump over my head, and no. And anyway, right, commercial break. Yes. So yes, Velsa is a nurse, and she has some books that you guys can purchase. And even like if you have someone in your family that definitely needs these types of things, and I'm just going to kind of mention some of them right here. Nursing skills, like if you are a nurse and you want a guide to improving your skills. She has a book that's called Nursing Skills, and it states the difference between a good nurse and a great nurse is the level of their skill. Because again, we've all been with some nurses, and sometimes they don't have a good bedside manner. They When you're in a dire situation and you don't know, and then you have a nurse that is really great, it just makes things a little bit much better. So she also has a book that is called Forever in Our Hearts, Navigating Grief and Loss, for those of us who have had loss and are dealing with grief. And this is another perspective that you guys can learn more about. She has another book that's called Notes to Remember. These are quick guides to review, revisit, and remember. These are things that you write down as nurses. You want to kind of take notes of things that you can remember because there's so much dealing with life of a person that you are caring for. So it's really, really great to have that. She has another book that's called The Ultimate Student Nurse Planner. So if you are a nurse and you want to kind of plan the day of events of what you're doing with your patients, this is a great opportunity to keep all your notes close by. She has another one that is called Content is Key. And this is a nursing study guide. And this study guide is going to help you remember those things that you may forget when it's time to take that state board test, which is something that everyone is kind of like, oh, this is crazy. Any state board test. Like I'll be taking that test coming soon that I need to take. And it's like, oh my God. She also has another book that says, I Am Essential. This is, again, daily journals for nurses, where during the pandemic, of course, it was like really crucial to be very, very aware of what was going on in your mental health as a nurse, seeing all of the things that were being discussed and talked about during this time. So these are things that you kind of want to keep in mind for and everything. So again, commercial break. And that's what we're doing right here. Hey, Adrian, don't block him. Girl, you see this? Your sister is a nurse. Okay, so she needs to check out some of Elsa's book. They will get their head knocked. God, them nurses, a lot of nursing are overworked and burnt out. They are, because they're dealing with a pandemic and an epidemic of everything. Everything is coming to the forefront. So nurses are under a lot of stress, and they need that time. And someone, and not me, I just come up with bright ideas because that is my role. But someone needs to develop like a retreat for nurses. There needs to be just a phone number that nurses can call. Like, I know there's just regular therapy and regular people you can talk to and stuff like that. But nurses need, they just need this time that they can have as nurses and stuff like that. So once again, nurses are essential. Every type of nurse. Now, of course, we got medical nurses, but we also have people who are social nurses. People who are social nurses do a great job, and they do a lot as well. Those are those people who come to your need, time and need, and they're in your circle of support. Those are the people who you depend on. Those are the people who you call. Those are the people who just show up and they know what to do. They just jump on in. They don't sit and start asking you a whole bunch of questions like, what should I do? How would you think a nurse come into your room and they say, well, what do you think you want this? How would you like that? Now, not to say that they shouldn't have a good bedside manner and ask you some things, but there's some stuff that I should not have to ask you how to do as a nurse. That's your profession. So just the same as social nurses, and I just kind of made this one up, but social nurses are those people who come in and they know exactly what to do. They assess you first. Now, keep in mind, you got to do assessments. That's just a social worker thing you got to do. You have to first do an assessment. You have to understand who you're working with, what's going on. Now, sometimes, there's a fire and we got to put this fire out. So you're going to have to move in real quick on the assessment skills and assess the situation and the temperament of the person. Now, there are some legalities of things you got to do before you just go in there, just like Rambo and stuff. So you got to know some things first, but you do need to be able to assess the person and see where they are, where the temperament, what's going on, who's can do what, who can't. And then you get on in there and you start doing it. And those social nurses are people who just come in and do that, where they look and see like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. Okay, here you go. And they can see when you're down. Like when you go missing somewhere. I see y'all missing. I went missing, but not really. But I'm good. Like I said, I am in school. I am happy. I'm glad. I got to do some homework though. So in between here talking to you guys, I got to get some homework done and then working with folks. So this is Saturdays. This is when I usually kick in and get some things done. I got some work graphics. I got some stuff around the house I got to do. So my time is like, bam, it's very strategic. And I got to get in here. In between here, I can do some things. But yes, to speak back to Adrian's point, nurses are definitely overworked. They're burnt out. They got so much. And yes, doing an assessment is very wise because, again, sometimes there's some legalities that you got to deal with. And you don't want to get yourself caught up in a liability. But at the same time, you're going to have to assess. So when you are a social nurse, you're those ones that kind of come in and you could see the person and they're they're talking in between the talk. There's a message, but you got to listen for it. You got to listen for it, and you definitely need to take time to do that assessment to understand what's going on. So, with that all being said, survive and thrive, you guys. Make your donations today, and then make your donations. I got to get going. I had some work being done here. Hi, look at Georgina. Georgina, New York in the house. Show is. Hi, Georgina, but I'm about to log off of here. Go to the website. If you know someone who has a business, go ahead and get them featured in Thrive for Life magazine. $50 for a half a page, $75 for a whole page. So I'll see you guys. I'm going to get going. Talk to y'all later. Bye.